On his feet. Uncle John loved his nephew Henry very much. He used to hand over the keys to his library to Henry. One day he was out of town. Henry was coming down from the library with a book. It had stopped raining, but the stairs were slippery, causing his foot to slip. He could not keep his balance. Henry shouted as he fell down the stairs. His mother and sister came running to help him. "My leg hurts, I am not leaving, my leg hurts." Henry's hand was on the right leg. As soon as they called, the rescuers came. The doctor saw the X-ray and said the leg was broken in 2 places. Now, there is no way except for the operation. After some time, his father also came. When Uncle John heard about this incident, he also left everything and purchased an airplane ticket to fly back home. When Uncle John knew that the operation would have to be done, he said, "If the doctor recommended this, then do not delay this. I will come back in 3 or 4 hours." When Uncle John reached the hospital, Henry was already out of the operation theater. Uncle said, "All of this happened because of me." After hearing Uncle John's words, Henry's father said, "Why do you think like that? What has to happen always happens. You do not have to feel guilty. If God wills, Henry will recover soon. He will be able to run just like before." 2 days later, Henry came home from the hospital. Uncle John used to tell him stories to entertain him, repeatedly asking him if he was feeling hungry. "Uncle, answer one question," Henry said, placing a hand on the leg. Yes, definitely ask what you want to ask." "Uncle John, will I be able to walk like before, play football or cricket?" "Yes, of course, why not? You will run, and you will jump like before. You should have high hopes from God." Henry closed his eyes and got lost in his thoughts. He remembered the day when he was returning home from playing cricket with his friend James. While walking from the ground to the road leading to the market, they saw a boy. He was walking slowly with the crutch pressed to his armpit. James looked at Henry. They decided on a mischievous plan. James and Henry walked towards the boy with the help of a crutch. The next moment, the boy's crutch was in Henry's hands and James was circling the boy. The boy's name was Jack. "Fear God. Return my crutch." "I will fall, give me my crutch," Jack pleaded. "Come on, why did you stop? You can walk, come on," Henry said, waving his crutch. "I am going to fall, I cannot walk without my crutch. For God's sake, give me back my crutch." Jack's words did not have any effect on Henry and James. They were enjoying teasing Jack. Jack stumbled and fell into the mud. If a man had not come to Jack's aid, they would have teased him even more. When the man ran to catch Henry, he dropped the crutch on the road and ran away with James. "I did not do well." Uncle woke up after hearing Henry's rant. Henry pretended as if he were asleep. Whenever he felt nervous while lying in the room, Uncle John would take him out in a wheelchair. Outside, everything was the same as before. Nothing had changed. His friends also went to the ground to play cricket as usual. He was like a prisoner in his house. One evening, Henry's friends came to meet him. Henry asked them about Jack. James spoke at once. "He is walking around with a crutch." By the way, it was a lot of fun teasing him that day. When I go out with crutches, will you bother me too? Everyone was silent on Henry's question. Speak. Answer, I am also lame now. I do not know when I will be able to walk on my feet. Henry's words tore his friend's heart. James looked at Frank and Tony. Ali's head was also bowed. Everyone was ashamed. Uncle John stood at the door. He heard everything they talked about. Now he understood Henry's problem. When Henry's friends were about to go back, he stopped James. Does Jack come to watch the game every day? Uncle John asked. Yes, Uncle John. He is seen near the ground every day. The crutch is in his armpit, James said. The next day, all of Henry's friends were sitting around him. When Uncle John came into the room, everyone stood up to pay respect to him. Henry, someone has come to meet you.
Who is that?
Henry asked. See for yourself. Saying this, Uncle John went out of the room. After a few moments, they came back and Jack walked with them slowly with the help of a crutch and entered the room. Seeing him, everyone bowed their heads in shame. Henry cried and apologized for his behavior. Jack addressed everyone, I forgive you all. Please pray for me, may I find what I am looking for.
Who is that?
Frank asked. The one whom I teased many times by calling him lame. Now the crutch is my support. His name is Stephen. I remember him every moment. I used to call him lame and run away. One day, when I was running away after calling him lame, I got hit by a car. My life was saved, but the bone in one leg was broken, so I could not walk on my leg despite the treatment. I apologize for my behavior. Maybe this will comfort my heart. Jack was shocked to say this. Suddenly, Uncle's voice echoed in the room. Your search is over. Stephen is the son of my friend Bob. I can bring him here. Can this happen? Jack asked with tears in his eyes. Tomorrow, we will be together again here. Uncle John said. The next day, when Stephen and Jack came face to face, both of them pressed crutches in their armpits and moved forward. Everyone was very happy to see them hugging each other. When Jack wanted to say sorry, Stephen immediately said, I have forgotten everything, you too have forgotten everything. Do not hurt anyone ever. Otherwise, that pain will come back to you. Jack continued to worry about Stephen's words. When both of them were about to leave, Henry said, Please pray for me so I can walk on my feet. Stephen and Jack said at the same time, God willing, you will be able to walk on your feet very soon.